What's up, guys? This is Ponage Machine here, as always, and I am bringing you a very long game of Headquarters on Summit, but I picked this game for two reasons, actually. One is because I got a pretty good score. I mean, 94 and... no, it was like 98 and 13, something like that. I don't know. But it's 15 and a half minutes, so... please bear with me here because I know it's a very long time, but I did this on purpose. I'm already saying this stuff. Look at that. I'm psycho, man. I'm just psycho in the head. But no. Anyways, I picked this. The other reason I picked it is because I want to talk about a whole bunch of stuff I'm doing. I came up with a good idea a couple nights ago, I think. Yeah, like 2 in the morning when I was playing with a whole bunch of my friends because I was kind of spazzing out like I sometimes do. But I came up with this good idea where regardless of the score, so keep this in mind, regardless of the score of the games, I'm going to record a live commentary, and if I can figure out how, I'll try to get my friends' voices in on it too, because that'll kind of make up half the fun. But, so yeah, I'm going to do these live commentaries regardless of the score, and I'm going to make a really, really funny commentary. I mean, we were playing Headquarters the other day, and I came out with all this crazy shit I was talking, it was hilarious. But, so... yeah, so, I mean, give me some feedback on what you guys think of that. I think it'll be a pretty good idea. I think it'll be pretty entertaining to record some. How did I not fall off there? That was crazy. But, yeah, so that's what I'm going to talk about. And I'm not doing too good at the beginning of this game. As you can see, I'm like 2 and 5. Not good at all, but that's okay. It gets a lot better. Don't worry about it. So, yep. Anyways, these live commentaries, I think I'll probably start doing them tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday. It all depends on my schedule. I think I kind of got a lot of stuff going on tomorrow, so I think I'll be looking more towards Friday. But yeah, so there's also some other stuff I want to talk about. Not necessarily just updates, but more of like funny stuff. I know one of my friends did some commentaries about this before, but I wanted to talk about this wilderness trip that our school went on. And this trip, it wasn't a good trip, but I've got so many funny memories of this thing. Oh my gosh. So, what it was is, it was like we went to the middle of Arkansas, you know, middle of nowhere, a whole bunch of mountains and crap. So, you know, trees everywhere, but if I want to see trees, I'll just look out my window because I got like a whole bunch of trees over here. So, look at that. No, get out of here, kid. But yeah, so the way it worked is it was what is it, 8-hour bus ride there, which, and actually on the way there it wasn't bad, but the way back was really, really long. I think the way there was more fun because, you know, everybody was kind of excited about it and all this crazy stuff, so yeah. But anyways, I got a lot of stories to tell you, so I will try to get in as many as I can here. I'm going to start with the bus ride there. The bus ride there, supposedly people said is their favorite part. To me, it was just average, but it was pretty freaking funny. We played this game. It was called Death Card. And if you were on that trip or know what I'm talking about, then you'll understand how funny it is. But it's really awful when you're playing it. But if you look back out, it's not too bad. But so what it is, you know, the leaders, they get a deck of cards out. And the leaders are like juniors, seniors, and college kids, and some adults. So we were doing that, and you get a card, right? And what the leaders do is they get a second deck of cards, and they come up with this whole list of awful stuff you have to do, and they just pull a card out, and whoever has that card, they have to do whatever the leaders pick. So let's see how many of them I can remember. I mean, I wasn't going to go, like, even if they called my thing, I wasn't going to do it. What ended up happening was, at the very end, they said there was, like, 2, like, girls dares left, and then they ended up calling my card then, so I was like, yeah, alright. But anyway, let's see, try to remember as many as I can here, because it was, like, 3 months ago, but yeah, so, some of them, I think there was one where there's one of the leaders like chewed a piece of gum and stuck it in his armpit or something, and then somebody else had to chew it. And then there's one they actually made the leaders do it too. So you know it was kind of fair. But another one was like had there's the air vents in the bus above the seats, and there was yeah, there was, you know, awful dirty, just kind of like a typical buses. But they had one of the leaders had to lick a whole line across the air vent, and the vent was like 5 feet long too. It was hilarious. So, what's another one? Oh, there's I actually ended up getting a good bus. We only did it once on the way there, and then yeah, a lot of the buses I heard did it for like all 8 hours on the way there, and people were like puking and stuff. So, not too good to start off your trip puking on the bus ride, but yeah. So, what was I doing here? What was I talking about? Oh, I was talking about the death card, right? Yeah. Sorry, I got into the game for a second there. But yeah, so I mean, there was things where you had to like eat candy off people's toes and all this crazy stuff. And one of my friends actually volunteered. Like there was this one where they were gonna make a girl eat toenails, and my friend volunteered to donate the toenails. And that was so funny. His feet are just awful. But yeah, so that was pretty entertaining. And then the bus ride, kind of just hung out, talked to people, talked to leaders, hung out with friends. So yeah, what happened next was once we drove the 8 hours and got there, you got off on a bus. Like I mean, you got off the bus and you had to get your huge pack because you had to get everything in this big pack. And so you know they typically weighed about 40-60 pounds, and we had to carry them down. I think it was 3 miles. If I know some people who watch my videos were on that trip, so they know. But I think it was 3 miles going down steep hills. Like, I'm not even joking. I don't know what the elevation was, but yeah, it was pretty much like going down 12,000 feet. Because I know like 3 miles is like 15,000 feet or whatever. But so, yeah, there was a lot of hiking. We're in that huge pack. It was crazy. So that was quite an experience. I'm telling you, the way down was hard, but the way up it was like a million times harder. Like it was really tough for me to do, because I wasn't in the best shape. You know, I'm getting in a lot better shape now, but so yeah, that was quite an experience doing that. And yeah, so anyways, once we got down there, you know, we just kind of hung out, and then they told us that we could pick out who we wanted in our things, like in our tents. And so I ended up getting with and I think, was it 4 or 5 of my friends? I think it was 4 of my friends and a leader who was pretty cool, even though he's going to A&M, which isn't not an awesome college. UT, man. But yeah, so had a lot of fun in that tent. Think of some of the stories from that tent. Oh man, I'm not gonna say his name because he would probably get pretty pissed at me, because I always make fun of him sometimes in my videos. But there was this one guy who was in my tent who, yeah. So anyway, he was kind of, I don't know, he was just kind of, yeah, he was in the tent basically. That's it. And he was just in the tent, and so you know, you get your sleeping bags out, and so we went to bed the first night, and we wake up the second in the morning next day. And everybody, you have to get up at like 6 in the morning. So everybody's up at like 6 a.m. and you have to be out there like 7 or something. He wakes up at 6:55. He sits up and says, "I feel wet." Oh man, everybody just like burst out laughing. And I think somebody called him a woman at one point. But yeah, that was probably one of the funnier stories of the trip. I'm trying to think of another one. What was it? God, I can't think of any stories now. Well, I guess I'll just explain what we did on the days. There was like, the first day, we hiked up this creek, and the creek was probably 40 degrees. So about a couple minutes into walking around in the water, you couldn't feel your feet anymore. So that was, I think, 8 miles, like 4 miles each way. Not quite sure anymore. And then the second day, we did what they call a hike, where it was 4 miles each way going uphill, but you know, you don't have the pack, so it wasn't as bad. And then we ended up getting the rappel, and that's one thing with me is I'm really scared of heights. Like, I just recently was at Universal Studios on my Florida trip, and I didn't really do any of the roller coasters outside, but I did a couple of them, and I don't like them at all. Oh man, I get on those things, and I literally just will freeze up when we're going down the drops. The drops are the only things that get me, so yeah. But so I ended up doing the rappelling, and they had one of the guys talking us through it, so that was a lot of fun. I kind of wish I did it twice now. I mean, you had the opportunity to do it twice, but at the time I was like, you know what, I think once was enough. So yeah, so I only did it once, but I'm telling you, that was a lot of fun. And then as I did it, I did it like took like 2 or 3 steps on the rocks, because I was scared I was gonna fall. And then I was like, you know what, screw it. I just like hopped down and did it in like 4 jumps. And yeah, so everybody's like, "Oh man, you did a Call of Duty style," and I'm like, "No, don't say that. That's just gay." But yep. So that was fun. And the second to last day, excuse me, we did this thing where we we canoed for like 12 miles, and we got the absolute worst day for canoeing. Because we're in the Buffalo Creek or river or whatever the heck it was, and it was like, the creek itself is like 40-50 degrees, and then it was like 30 degrees outside of the water. And so we're all sitting there, and me and my friend, I got to pick who I was in the canoe with, so I just picked one of my friends that was in my group with me. And when we were canoeing, there was I think we flipped twice, but there was the first time we flipped, like, I'm not even joking, I almost broke my leg. Oh, look at that, juked. But I was like, the canoe, we turned a corner, and we weren't, this is the first time I've done it, so we didn't really know how to steer that well. So we hit all these tree branches. I'm 6'2.5" kind of, so I'm really tall, and my friend's like 6'6'1", and so we both hit the trees, and we both like bend backwards, and the whole boat starts it spins sideways, and it flips over, like it's like sideways, like it's literally vertical in the air, not like completely flipped, but halfway. And my leg got caught under one of the rails on there, and the canoe got caught in a rapid and went about 20 feet. With me getting dragged in the rail along with it. So I got out, I couldn't feel my leg, and so I ended up, it was fortunate that we had, one of the leaders was near us and stopped and helped us, so that was really nice. And fortunately I got out, there was a little beach area, and I got out, I walked around, I could feel my leg again, but I was pretty pissed. Telling you, at that point I was ready to be all in with the trip, but yeah, so there are a lot of funny stories about that trip, and I think there's one other one that I'm not going to tell you guys because I don't think it'd be a good idea to put that out there on the internet. I'm not saying... Okay, well, no, I'm not going to say that one either. There's actually 2 stories I have, but I'm not going to share those 2 because they could involve me getting in trouble. So I'd rather not put those out there. But yeah, so anyways, the trip... I got some good memories from that trip, and I got some bad ones, but that's okay, same thing with every trip. And yeah, it was quite an experience, I'm going to tell you that. So I don't think I'd do it again, but I think it was good to do it once. So anyways, this video is almost over, I think a minute and a half, so yeah, just remember, keep a lookout for these live commentaries I'm going to be doing. I mean, I know you guys have seen me when I do my spazzy mood or whatever it is. My spaz attacks. Yeah, so if you know what I'm like in that, just be looking forward to these videos. And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing, plus more. And then I also have an update on the little funtage. I got some clips. I don't know how long it'd be, but I got clips enough to fill about 2.5-3 minutes. I haven't really started editing yet, but I know I got all the games and everything. So if you guys would rather see, say, the funtage, and it's like 2.5-3 minutes as it is right now, of say like good clips, pretty funny, or would you rather see me like spend like another week or 2 getting more clips and make it like 5 minutes and make it really freaking funny? So yeah, just give me some feedback. I know I didn't get a whole lot of feedback on my last video, which is kind of disappointing, even though it's okay. But it's okay. Not a big deal. You know, doesn't bother me, really. Just remember, give this video a thumbs up. And remember, I appreciate all my subscribers and all my haters. Recently had a pretty funny experience with a hater, but that's okay. You know, you're going to get some of those. But anyways, and this game is over in 7, 6, 5, 7, 2, 4, 0. And that's the game, everybody. As I went 93 and 14, so my original guess was pretty good. Look at that, 5 points away from winning. How dumb is that? You think Treyarch could give it to us, but no. They're like, you cannot have 5 more points. The game is over. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Remember to like this video, give it a thumbs up, and leave a pretty funny comment about something you enjoyed about this video. And remember to subscribe, and look forward to the funtage and more. Thanks, guys, and see ya.